Jenny Craig Pavilion, the campus of the University of San Diego. This is Championship Saturday. The CIF San Diego section, our Division III title matchup, kicks off our first of 5 championship contests. The Hilltop Lancers and the Mira Mesa Marauders, the top 2 seeds. You're on Time Warner Cable. And good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Cronin and Tracy Warren with you here today. Our top 2 seeds are going after something special. One side, the first title in 41 years. The other one, the first title in school history.
Really a contrast in styles for Hilltop. They are a scrappy defensive team. They're going to hit the floor. And for Mira Mesa, run, gun, and have fun. We'll see which style wins out today.
Well, let's begin with Hilltop. And the Ghaffari sisters are going to lead the way. In particular, Brittany, she's averaging 14 points a game.
She is their big scorer. She spent 6 years playing co-ed basketball just to up her game. She eventually wants to play in the WNBA. They're going to need her scoring prowess and her ability on the boards with that 14.9 rebound performance average per game.
Now, on the other side, Mira Mesa goes 10 deep, and they're led by a freshman who can shoot the 3, and Chanel Hofdalen.
Hofdalen is being looked at by the University of Utah as just a freshman, and she is opening a lot of eyes. 86 threes so far on the year. She spreads the floor with that ability to hit from long distance. They are going to love to have her go against this Hilltop team.
And here we go with the starting lineups for both sides here. The introductions now underway, and the Hilltop Lancers, and out of the Metro Pacific League, the champions out of Chula Vista at 6-0, 22-5 on the season, and going for their first title in 41 years, Tracy. They won the 1975 Class 2A title, and now they're back here in the championship game.
And we talked to Ray Jindra, the head coach, before the game, and he is really very emotional about this appearance here at the University of San Diego to get into this championship matchup. He said, you know, it's a tall order for us, but we've come back from games to come in and win. Maybe we're the underdog going in, but we've got more fight than anyone, and really feel at the end of the day they've got as good a shot as anyone.
They're the number 2 seed in this Division III bracket, taking down Tri-City Christian, Valley Center, and Lincoln by just 2 points to make it here to the championship game. Now, on the other side is Mira Mesa, the number 1 seed, 18 and 13 on the year. For second-year head coach Lonnie Jones, they are going for the first title in school history. And Tracy, he was telling us this is both on the boys or the girls side for Mira Mesa.
Pretty remarkable. And when you talk with Lonnie Jones, his swagger actually goes throughout that entire team. So it's no wonder in just his second year he's had some instant success. There's a lot of chemistry going on that side. You can see they wear the black leggings which have knee pads. He said, look, we get at it. We hit the floor. We are as tough as they get. So this is a team that comes in with a lot of confidence. But I'll tell you, you look at Hilltop, don't underestimate them.
A great one in store, numbers 1 and 2 seeds. First of 5 championship games today here at USD. The beautiful Jenny Craig Pavilion, now more than a decade old, and a wonderful facility here. Thanks to the great folks at the University of San Diego for hosting us here for our championship Saturday. Great set of games yesterday, 5 more on tap here today. And Lonnie Jones has taken over. You know the success he had at San Diego High and Horizon High just the last 2 years. 36 wins, and they're hoping for a couple of more this season as they take on Hilltop here today. On the other side, Ray Jindra, his 10th year at Hilltop. How about that young man? 51 years in the coaching profession. Wonderful service, and we're underway. The opening tip is won by Mira Mesa. And our first look early on, a big 3-ball look. Mira Mesa, quick rebound. So the Marauders go 10 deep, and they play a great brand of get after it defense and offense, Tracy, as you said. You're going to see a lot of Mira Mesa here. Quick steal. Hilltop, they're going to be on the board first, but no good. And immediately the hustle, and both these sides on display just 25 seconds in.
First shot within 5 seconds.
Right.
So you're seeing they want to get the defense off guard, does Mira Mesa. But for Hilltop, you can see that relentless pressure. See, there's going to be ball pressure every time Mira Mesa brings the ball up the floor. You're seeing it right now. They will trap also in that front court.
Mira Mesa. Another 3 and a block. That's 2 quick attempts by Janelle Hofdown, and obviously the scouting report is out. Tracy, you talked about 86 three-pointers made for her. She's just a freshman, and she's taken 2 attempts here so far early.
Anticipation, and this is the great block and extension. No contact, no body contact, clean block, and Mira Mesa back at it.
And indeed they are. That was Drew Mendoza, the junior, who gets Mira Mesa on the board first.
And here comes some of that full court pressure. Mira Mesa says we run more than anyone. In fact, they say they run about 500 miles during the course of a season, and it's 4 times like this full court pressure.
That's pretty impressive. Our first look off the glass for Brittany Gaffari. Leading scorer, leading rebounder. She averages 14 and 10 a season. And along with her sister Brianna, those two make Hilltop go.
Boy, Gaffari, grace under pressure. You saw that confidence, that spin move. But what I like is Ray Jindra's team is just phonetic pace. And he said, if we can get Mira Mesa running, we have a shot to take this game.
And both teams, to see what happens, trying to get that same kind of style. Another 3 on the way. Mira Mesa not shy about the 3-point effort. Hilltop. Counterattack. No good. A good early attempt in there off the steal. Arias cannot get it to fall.
Yeah, Ashleen Arias really working hard for Hilltop underneath. She had a couple good looks, crossover dribble, they gotta finish.
I love the pace of this game early on both sides. Love it. Outstanding action early here. And our first foul is going to be called. It goes against the Lancers. Mira Mesa will have it.
You know, one of the things you get concerned about, 11 a.m. start, how are these girls going to come out of the gate? Are they still waking up here in the first quarter, or are they bringing their A game right away? And I can tell you the energy here, they've got their A game going. It's execution. Who can finish?
I love the energy early on. Our first 2 minutes off the glass, no good. Mira Mesa, another attempt, and our first shooting foul is going to be called. As Bella Norris, another freshman in that starting lineup for Mira Mesa, will go to the line.
And Bella Norris has that frame, just got great shoulders, great blocking out ability, good rebounding. No wonder UNLV and San Diego State already looking at that freshman.
Think about that. The 2 freshmen in the starting lineup that are already getting looks. You talked about Hofdalen. Here's another look at Norris. Both of them already looks. Two minutes in here. And it's up and good. Mira Mesa continues to lead. There's that full court pressure again.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to phase Hilltop at all. They have such great ball handlers, not big in size, but all 5 can handle the ball. You can see them communicating back and forth, saying, okay, I thought you would cut there. That's Gaffari saying, look, needed to cut right, you went left. Communication key, especially when you're under this pressure.
And speaking to her sister there, another foul is going to be called. Mira Mesa will have it with a 4-2 advantage here. We play 4 8-minute quarters, and the early pace of this game here has been outstanding for Mira Mesa and Hilltop.
Jack, you know, one of the keys here we're seeing is how closely are these officials going to call this, because Hilltop is a touchy-feely team, and what I mean by that is they are very physical. They will continue to put that pressure on, and we're seeing a couple quick fouls being called against them.
Montserrat Guzman checking in for Hilltop. Now Mira Mesa, again, not shy about the 3. And got the rebounding to back things up. Here's the freshman. Oh, no good, and the rebound comes down to Gaffari. And another whistle, so it is being called on both sides.
Blocking foul called. Again, watching Mira Mesa spread the floor, shoot a couple of 3s, good backs out by Gaffari underneath. You watched her use her body, one-arm rebound, kind of set the wheels in motion for the team to go full court if they can, and then they use their speed.
Mira Mesa with Monique Bowerman checking in, one of the 4 seniors on the roster. Here comes that trapping defense once more. Three no good. Rebound comes down to Clarissa Tate, the junior. Thought for a second Hofdown was going to pull the trigger once more. She pulls it back down. And a steal. Up top, Lancers. Oh, and a backcourt violation just along the line.
Like the way Mira Mesa spreads the floor, really working the perimeter to try and get that shot. But what we're seeing is Hilltop now anticipate the pass, go for the steal, leading to the turnover. A lot of back and forth jitters here early on.
But still a great pace to this early start here. Mendoza throws it up in the air. She was falling out of bounds. Another turnover for Hilltop. Nissa Tolbert, the senior. Oh, and back and forth we go. That's what Tracy was talking about here. Can take it the bucket. Blocked away. Back and forth pace. And a foul.
Yeah, Brianna Gaffari, the sister of Brittany Gaffari, really trying to do her best to fend off the Mira Mesa defender, and what Lonnie Jones was calling for was an elbow, as she's just trying to create space. Look, they are just all over Gaffari. Doesn't have a lot of size, just about 5'5", so the passing lane's cut down by Mira Mesa.
Speaking of Gaffari, good look inside, rebound Mira Mesa to Norris. This is Hofdalen, and blocked away by Brianna Gaffari on the other side. Now, these two teams right now playing to 2 points in the first quarter. They played to 1 point 3 months ago. It was the third game of the year. As Gaffari goes inside on the defensive end, they played to 1 point back in December.
Yeah, and you talk to these two coaches, and Lonnie Jones will tell you the Mira Mesa had 3 players benched for about a quarter or so, and that was the reason perhaps for the 1 point game. But I don't know, right now we're seeing great performances by both sides in terms of energy.
And a traveling violation turns things over, and we'll go to the benches at 4-2 in favor of Mira Mesa here in the early going. Right on back, first quarter action, D3 championship. Hilltop and Mira Mesa today. The Marauders out on top, 4-2. First quarter action. Jack Cronin, Jason Warren with you. And we'll keep things with Mira Mesa. It was December 7th. A 61-60 victory for the Marauders. A 1 point contest 3 months ago in the third game of the year. And now in the final game, the San Diego section, they meet once more.
Yeah, Mira Mesa is kind of this up and down team. They had a span of, okay, they got that 1 point win, and then under Lonnie Jones, they had a 6-game losing funk, but they snapped out of it and regrouped enough to get back together here towards this championship. But you're watching both of these teams. We have 5 turnovers apiece in the early going. We see some of that jitters, the lack of execution, but credit the defensive pressure for both of these teams. There's not a pass that has not been contested yet.
Gaffari on the layup. It's good.
What I liked about Gaffari is she caught the ball in motion. The first step was towards the basket. She sealed, finished.
Long three, this one will count, up and good for Bella Norris. And there's that pressure defense we're talking about. Tate blocked, and back we go to Hilltop. And a steal on the other end. Boy, if you play that kind of basketball, that's what got you the #1 seed. And a whistle and a foul.
What I see, Jack, and from that last timeout is almost a step up in the defensive pressure by the Marauders, anticipating the passing lanes because they're spreading the floor for Hilltop, and when Hilltop goes to go for the long pass, the Marauders are picking it off. But it's almost a really an aggressive approach, even more so than the first couple minutes of this first quarter.
Yeah, they're mixing up the full court, and as soon as you cross the mid-court line, they're all over you. And they can substitute, which keeps up that defensive pressure. How about a deep three? Why not? No good. But those substitutions, they just put in 3 new players. If they go 10 deep, you can keep up this kind of pressure.
They also got a few more fouls to spare, especially in a game that's being called both ways.
Another steal. Mira Mesa basketball at its finest. Nice pass inside. Oh, the finish wasn't there. Foul anyway.
Even with 3 substitutions, Mira Mesa passes the ball so well. The unselfishness of this team. Look at the great passing underneath. Just a step too far under the basket, but gets him opportunities at the line.
This is Amanda Cook, just a sophomore. Mira Mesa with a 7-4 lead thanks to the Bella Norris three-pointer. Cook will have one more here. As Mira Mesa has the advantage in our first quarter. Free throw good, it's 8-4.
Hilltop has to respond. You can't go this long early in the game without converting.
And there it is, a steal. Hofdalen coast to coast off a steal, blocked away. Ghaffari, and now a foul is going to be called.
You get in these championship games and it's a period of runs, and right now Mira Mesa on that run, and it's a question of how much distance can they create from Hilltop in the first quarter, because what that does is it tends to work on the psyche. Can they push them far enough down? But what we've seen from Hilltop, and Ray Ginger will tell you that this is a team that can continue to battle back and work their way back in.
Nearly a steal, but they do get it back. Mays double team. Now we got a whistle and a traveling violation. So impressed with Mira Mesa and what they do defensively. It's been there all year. Got on the #1 seed, and they are smothering. Another foul here. And Clarissa Tate, the junior, is going to go to the free throw line.
Well, when you look, and Lonnie Jones was telling us how much time they spend running, he said, look, we run around Mira Mesa, we run around the community. We spend so much time, 500 to 600 miles just running. He said, in fact, when we have practice, we don't run. We just execute because we're done running. But it really shows in tournament time because it's the teams that have the best conditioning which can keep up this defensive pressure.
Ray Ginger had called timeout. There will be free throws coming after this timeout, but Mira Mesa leads at 8-4 near the end of the first quarter of play. Ray Ginger, 51 years in the coaching profession, 10 years now at Hilltop High for the Lancers.
He talked to us about his coaching career. He was at Mater Dei, where he coached both boys and girls. He was out Southwestern and Sweetwater, and I said to him, you know, what's easier to coach? Is it the women or the men? And of course, only a woman's going to get the answer. It's the girls. He said the girls will actually listen to the direction. The guys, he said, they'll tell them to pass it 3 times, and after the second pass, there's a shot. He said he really enjoys coaching the girls and their hard work. But you can tell, Jack, when we were talking to him, he actually loves their scrappiness. It's almost, it embodies him.
Great to have 22 wins as well this year for the Lancers. An incredible season. Tate at the free throw line here. This is coming out of the timeout, and she'll get one more. The Lancers went 6-0 in the Metro Pacific League. They won league champions, #2 seed in the Division III championship. And the second free throw also no good. Mira Mesa still on top, 8-4 here. And another steal. Boy, look at the pressure from Mira Mesa. Mendoza. And another foul is going to be drawn off of that defensive steal.
Well, you can see it's third pass pressure. They allow Hilltop to have 2 passes. On the third, we have a double team for the pickoff of the pass. And then they basically use their athleticism in the open floor to try to convert or get to the line.
So they've done the last 2 times for Clarissa Tate. And this time she makes the free throw, extending the lead for Mira Mesa. It's been all about defense for the Marauders in the early going. Second free throw also good. Can Hilltop break the pressure? Brianna Ghaffari does get it across the line. And a traveling violation.
Boy, lots of dribbling going on by Hilltop. In fact, the trap pushed the player to the middle of the floor, and Hilltop didn't know it, but they had a 3-on-2 underneath. They couldn't advance the ball, and another turnover.
start to get credit. You're right. You see all the white jerseys bunching up top there, all the green jerseys open. They just couldn't get that last pass to go through. More substitutions from Mira Mesa as the Marauders continue their attack, especially the defensive end of the floor. This one will go to Hilltop. A break for Alexis Mays as Caleb Rasmussen checks in, the junior. And the Marauders still. Sample Pichardo, the sophomore. And a whistle and a foul is going to be called. A collision here between Brittany Ghaffari and Bella Norris results in a foul called on Mira Mesa.
A lot of bodies on the ground. Ray Jindra was telling us that, in fact, his team will say, hey, coach, I got 3 bruises that game. And he says, that's really great. In fact, he gives an award, the Floor Eater Award, for whoever is working the hardest to get those loose balls.
That is outstanding. And it teaches you something because, a lot of college kids could learn that too. It teaches you great basketball lessons early on.
So can some of the pros.
That's especially true. Final seconds here, first quarter action. Norris had the big 3. It's one of the big buckets of this first quarter of play. And we have a timeout called by Mira Mesa. Lonnie Jones, the second-year coach, calling timeouts. And, he was talking to us about how he came, after all the success at Horizon and San Diego High and everything, he came just to be an employee of Mira Mesa, be a security guard, be on campus, help out. And they kind of coerced him into getting back into the coaching ranks.
Well, you see that talent hanging out on your campus as a security guard. You know how he's won championships in girls basketball. Why wouldn't you draw him into the fold? And he said, I'm really proud of the fact that when I came in, we had 5 wins. And then I came in, and we've had 50 wins in 2 years. So it's amazing the impact that he's had. Just the positivity. But you can see the conditioning and the self-esteem, a lot of confidence and swagger with that Mira Mesa team.
Well, they had 5 wins the year before he took over. Now a 3 on the way for the Marauders, up no good, but a foul underneath. And we're going to stay at this end of the floor as Mira Mesa will continue on possession.
Well, this stoppage of play in the first quarter alone helps Hilltop because they're thinner in numbers.
Yeah.
However, it's Mira Mesa which keeps going to the line, and they are slowly working away from Hilltop here in the first quarter.
Here's a great story for Mira Mesa as the free throw is good, the front end of the 1-and-1. Monique had an injury back in December that kept her out for months. She had a broken finger. She's finally getting back and get a chance to play in the championship.
Well, you can see that tape. She broke her finger on her shooting hand, middle finger. She played 8 games with it broke and just had tape around it.
So finally backing into play in the championship, makes 2 big free throws. It's 12-4, Mira Mesa. This one up and good, and Hilltop right back to respond, finally ending the drought. Tate for 3. And out of bounds. We got 11 seconds left to go. See if Hilltop can respond again after the layup on the other end of the floor. This is the end of the first quarter. Brianna Ghaffari will bring it up. To her sister. Oh, no good, but a foul is going to be called. And Brittany will go to the free throw line.
And they went for a quick hitter, and why not go sister to sister, Brianna to Brittany, use that size from Brittany and try and get a quick hit. Instead, she's going to get an opportunity at the line. I like Brittany's size, 5'9". She's one of the bigger players here and is able to play all 5 spots.
And Tracy, take a look at her stance at the free throw line as well. She makes it and puts Mira Mesa back only up by 5.
Ray Jindra talks about the nail. Find the nail. Line up with the nail on the floorboard in front of you. Look at the 3 prongs in the back of the net that are holding the net. And he said if you do that, you'll hit 70% of your free throws.
Just like that. Now, the free throw is missed, but we get a foul called with 4.6 seconds left. It's going to go to Mira Mesa. So the Marauders will sub in as we go to the other end of the floor.
Self-inflicted wounds here early on. I'll tell you, Hilltop looks good on the defensive end. They need a couple more options on the offensive end. But Mira Mesa, I'll tell you, they spread the floor well. They've got such great foot speed, and they're making the most of opportunities at the line.
And Mira Mesa with 4 seconds left to get the board. Jump ball. Possession favors the Marauders with 2.1 seconds left in the quarter. So all kinds of substitutions. Some taller players will come in for Mira Mesa here. They'll try and tip things up and in right at the end of this quarter. Could be a big bucket. Our players to check in. There's so many that the official scorer has to go, wait. 4 substitutions at a time. Drew Mendoza now checks in. She'll be allowed in the contest. Here we go. Long 3 at the end of the quarter, no good, but Mira Mesa with a 5-point advantage. A smothering, full-court defensive look for our first 8 minutes of play. And the Marauders with a 5-point advantage. Heading into quarter number 2, our Division III championship, as the number 1 seed out on top at the Jenny Craig Pavilion. Right on back on Time Warner Cable. Mira Mesa, the number 1 seed in Division III with a 5-point advantage as we begin quarter number 2 of our Division III championship. Here on this Saturday, the Jenny Craig Pavilion in San Diego. 2 great defensive teams, 2 teams that play up-tempo. It's been a fun first quarter of action. Jack Cronin and Tracy Warren with you, and Brittany Gaffari, who averages 14 and 10 a game for Hilltop. They need a big quarter out of her.
Yeah, she's really stepping it up defensively, using her size to cut down the passing lanes, but she does not want to get into foul trouble because they need her point production.
That was going to be called on her sister, it looks like. Yeah, Brianna Gaffari. And back to the free throw. Mira Mesa's been pretty much at home at the line here in this first half.
You know, already this is their 12th free throw, and you are just starting the second quarter. So if you're going to give them free looks with fouls, things are going to kind of work themselves away from you. So Hilltop needs to cut down on the last-minute touches, the contact, and stop giving Mira Mesa these free passes at the line because they are good free throw shooters.
They've done so much of their work here in this first half from the line. They are doubling up the number 2 seed, and now nearly a steal, but a foul is going to be called. And it goes against Hilltop as Bella Norris fell to the floor. So foul gives it right back to Mira Mesa.
They had Gaffari, actually, Brittany Gaffari, the 5'9" forward, handling the basketball, which she can, but it's that trap at midcourt when she gets 2 or 3 players at her, and you can say Ray Gindra is kind of saying, look, what does she need to do? She was bringing the ball up court. Somebody stepped in front of her. Doesn't she have that lane? But it doesn't go her way.
And more free throws for Mira Mesa. Already in the double bonus here with 7.5 to play.
Less dribbling, more passing for Hilltop. Spread the floor just as Mira Mesa does, as Mira Mesa continues to pour in the points at the line.
Jump ball, and again the possession arrow favors the Marauders. We're staying right here.
Every time Hilltop brings that ball from waist down, there's either a player or there's a grab for the ball to tie it up.
Aggressive look from Mira Mesa, and a foul here. As Amanda Cook is knocked to the floor. So the Mira Mesa ball once more, and we'll go back to the free throw line. With 7:33 left to go, we're well into the double bonus. And free throws the rest of the half.
Ashleen Arias just frustrated. You could see that's the frustration foul of, I want to do anything I can to help my team out, but instead picks up the foul. She'll come out and gives Mira Mesa another good look at the charity stripe.
And they're converting on those great looks. You're right. A lot of work being done here. Cook makes them both. And it's a 10-point lead. So can they pass out of it? Let's see if Hilltop can pass out of the pressure. A lot of dribbling here. And a coast-to-coast look for Brianna Gaffari is no good. But a good offensive rebound, another putback, but still can't fall.
Yeah, Hilltop not in a position to grab the weak side rebounds, and then are left in that track meet with Mira Mesa.
This time, Brittany Gaffari uses the sideline as a 6th defender and pushes her opponent out of bounds for a turnover. Norris had a great first half. Nice pass. Looking ahead for Hofdalen, the freshman, up and good.
Just composure for Hofdalen. We talk about, already colleges are looking at the freshman, but she has that confidence, not phased under pressure.
And the ball goes out of bounds. It remains with Hilltop, but only 17 to shoot here as they just get it across.
Mira Mesa has 4 players meeting Hilltop at half court. They've got 1 in the paint and then passing out. Look at that great confidence and the finish by the freshman, Hofdalen.
Beautiful outlet pass in transition. It's high-level stuff out of Mira Mesa. Brittany Gaffari. No good. Quick look inside. Oh, it just isn't falling for Hilltop here in the first half. It'll be Mira Mesa ball.
Now Hilltop really trying to get that shot off within 3 seconds of crossing quarter court. Why? Because they realize from a size standpoint, they can't go toe-to-toe with Mira Mesa. What they need to do is be better positioned to rebound those quick shots.
Norris has shown she can hit the three. She had a big one earlier. Now great pass inside instead, and a block by Gaffari. Mira Mesa unfazed. They get it back with 10 to shoot. Drive inside, still won't fall, still has not hit the rim. It goes out of bounds to Mira Mesa, but only about 3 seconds left on the shot clock now with this possession. Alexis Parker to inbound the basketball for Mira Mesa. And a steal by Hilltop. Off the glass and good. Nice response. Montserrat Guzman, another freshman in this game.
And really scoring from unexpected places. And here's somebody that Mira Mesa left open, calm under pressure, and she's able to hit.
Another steal. So Hilltop the one here. We're defensively. Oh no! Of course it's Mira Mesa. And even with the ball going out of bounds, the Marauders are relentless defensively.
Carissa Tate has really stepped up her game. She's got such great athleticism. Great scorer, great defender. You can see in the open floor, she's explosive. Tough to contain and match up toe-to-toe with her.
Still a 10-point advantage for Mira Mesa. And we got a traveling violation here indeed. Brianna Gaffari, that's all she could do. She had 2 defenders running at her. And boy, Mira Mesa so tough. Timeout's going to be called by Hilltop. They're down by 10. That was Brianna Gaffari, the junior.
Jack, one of the impressive things is Hilltop is making this run without Brittany Gaffari. She's been on the bench with 4 personal fouls already. So the team is rallying up around her, saying we can get this done with great ball passing, execution, breaking those traps, and playing some aggressive defense on the low blocks.
No, and it won't go through. Norris the rebound. And Hilltop caught a break. We got a whistle and a foul called here with 1:10 left to go in the half. Going free throws on the other end of the floor.
Oh, I like the game of Bella Norris. She is just all about the boards. Finding, positioning, finishing, boxing out. And when there's so many shots flying, you need somebody lasered in on getting those rebounds and some quick hits from 5 feet and in.
Hilltop had pulled back within 2. It's a 5-point game. First free throw up and good. This is Brianna Gaffari, who had 9 steals a game coming into this contest. 5 rebounds, 11 points. A threat on so many areas of the floor. Second free throw, no good. Mira Mesa, this is Bowerman. A long 3 on the way. Hofdalen, oh, and it can't fall.
Boy, Mira Mesa, who came out passing so well, and they'd had 3 or 4 touches before they got off a shot, now is forcing some shots. And they've got to get back to their game of what got them this big lead early on. They had a 7-point lead just after that first, or 5-point lead after that first quarter.
Off the glass, and we got a whistle and a foul here as Guzman goes over the back of Bones Parker. Mira Mesa, great softball player. Coming in for Mira Mesa, and she'll be going to the free throw line.
You know, not often do you see 5'5" go over 5'4", but only in women's basketball.
They were both battling in there, absolutely. So here's Parker, another great freshman player. No good on the free throw, but calling her name quite a bit, obviously, on the hardwood and also on the diamond. Great softball player. Rebound to Hilltop. So this is a 4-point game. Hilltop playing without their leading scorer and rebounder in foul trouble. On the bench, Brittany Ghaffari. Oh, and a traveling violation. There's that Mira Mesa defense once more, and they need it now at the end of the half.
You see Drew Mendoza coming at you, the intimidating Mendoza with that great foot speed, and just forces you to take that extra step, results in a turnover, and now most of the clock can be run out by Mira Mesa if they choose to slow this down. I haven't seen slow, though, in this game yet.
No, we have not, which has been great for us watching the game. But I'm getting tired just looking at this first half of play. It's early for this. 11 a.m. start time. These young ladies have been going back and forth, up and down the floor. Now we got a whistle here and a foul. That's Brianna Ghaffari, who's going to be called for the foul. A couple of free throws upcoming.
Gotta be smart about your defense. You can't sacrifice the fouls here, and this is exactly what Ghaffari does. Almost looks like a linebacker. Can't hold up at the last minute, and contact is drawn.
The sophomore Apple Pichardo. Up and no good. Mira Mesa had been making some headway at the free throw line. They've missed a few in a row here, and that's why Hilltop's been able to come back so nicely. The Lancers for the substitution. Alexis Hickman comes in, the junior. Aixa Hickman. And the second one is good to make it a 5-point contest.
You see the intensity on Ghaffari's face. She just wants back in this game. Kind of something to think over. And Hilltop love to get one more basket here before the half.
They've got 13 seconds to try and do so. Ball out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Hilltop. Oh no, a foul's going to be called, so we're going to the line instead. We go right back to the line. This is a chance for the Lancers. That puts Ella Zavala at the free throw line, the junior.
I'm so impressed by this Hilltop team. You came out saying, well, it's got to be Ghaffari, or Ashleen Arias, and the rest of the team has stepped up in spades to keep this game close, and this is within striking distance now. What an impressive performance, a comeback performance for Hilltop, who were caught on their heels in that first quarter.
Hunter Zavala with a couple of free throws, 2 big free throws to make it a 1-possession game.
Mira Mesa wants to get this bucket now. Finish with momentum.
And they do, right at the buzzer. It falls on through for Mendoza. It hung up on the rim long enough for the final buzzer of the first half to sound. And Mira Mesa with a 27-22 lead, but it's not over just yet. The Hilltop Lancers with a great comeback in the second quarter of play. Great starts as we go to halftime break. Second half action here. Immediately Hilltop starts with a shot, but another great rebound for Norris. You love her on the glass.
Yeah, you know, Jack, controlling tempo, controlling boards has been key. It's the reason Hilltop came back. It was a 15-15 second quarter. Good game for Hilltop, but I'll tell you, Mira Mesa is relentless, and they use that deep bench to just keep attacking.
And they go 10 deep for Mira Mesa. When you go 10 deep, you can play this kind of defense. You need everybody to buy in, everybody to run, as Trace has been talking about, and they do that up and down. Oh, by the way, when you hit a couple of threes, that also helps. They lead it 30-22 now.
We talked to Hilltop head coach Ray Gindra at the half, and he said, we're in foul trouble, kind of stating the obvious. What he wanted to see was some of his other players step up right now to avoid these runs that Mira Mesa is going to get into, but we're seeing some of the talent just elevate from Mira Mesa.
2 quick threes for the Marauders, and that's a huge start to this second half. And oh, by the way, Norris seems to be claiming every rebound on the defensive end. Big three-point buckets for Mira Mesa to start things off. What could have been 3 in a row. Marauders off into the corner. Norris gets it back, but it's a steal. This is Brianna Gaffari, up and good, coast to coast.
So good in the open floor, so good at anticipation. The question is she can't do it alone. Getting her teammates involved, that was the key in the second quarter. Watch Mira Mesa again, very deliberately ball passing.
Oh boy, up and good. That is 3 in the half, and that's the freshman, Janelle Hoftellen, who made 86 during the regular season. She's been huge here in the second half.
You can see why Lonnie Jones, the head coach from Mira Mesa, was pointing to Hoftellen. Get her the basketball. She's just camped out at three-point land, and she'll make it.
Well, 36-24. What was a 5-point halftime disadvantage for Hilltop is now turned into a 12-point deficit. Mira Mesa continues to attack and continues to get to the free throw line.
Here's what Mira Mesa did different. Last time down the floor, they went right to Hoftellen. This time, they go left. So they're really spreading that defense for Hilltop, catching them out of position. When they try to regroup in position, they foul and send Mira Mesa to the line.
That foul was on Alexis Mays, the senior for Hilltop, as the free throw goes through for Clarissa Tate. And she'll get one more here. And again, Brittany Gaffari is on the bench, the leading scorer and rebounder, the senior for the Lancers. Both free throws are good. And Mira Mesa on top, 38-24.
Ray Gindra said he's going to keep Brittany Gaffari on the bench till deep into that third quarter. The question is, how far does this game get out of control till you bring her off?
And she had 4 personal fouls in that first half. Really was like the beginning of the second quarter. Now a traveling violation.
And the other thing Hilltop was not happy with is their turnovers there. We see another one. He said, Ray Gindra said, look, we're self-inflicting wounds and we are just hurting ourselves. We got to stop turning the ball over. Credit Mira Mesa. That frenetic play, that's gonna make you turn the ball over.
Yeah, there's no harm, no foul in turning the ball over against this great team. That's what they do to people. Tate with a drive. Nice cut to the hoop. And another foul. Again, that aggressive play, getting them to the free throw line.
I am so impressed by the play of Clarissa Tate. She is making it happen to open up opportunities for her teammates. She is right there. We're seeing Sandra Lee, who's going to get an opportunity to go to the line. The 6-foot junior, possible opportunities because Tate is drawing so much traffic.
This is Sandra Lee, the junior, for Mira Mesa. And now it's 39-24. Just like that. It was so close at the half. An issue with the shot clock, it looks like here. We're going to reset things.
Yeah, we're looking at Mira Mesa going this 12-2 run out of halftime, and obviously Lonnie Jones didn't like that 5-point lead by Mira Mesa. And what are they doing? They're spreading the floor. They're hitting the boards hard. They're again defensively getting the passing lanes.
And before the bucket, a traveling violation again. So at 39-24, but a great run for Mira Mesa to start things.
You look at Hilltop scoring through these basketball championships. They're in the 60s or 50s throughout this run. This low-scoring game, unlike them, but a couple of their leading scorers have yet to get going.
Great steal on the other end of the floor. Norris battling for the rebound. She's got it out of bounds. Well, not only are they in foul trouble, but they're playing just a great defense, one of the best in the section in Mira Mesa. And so you're right, after going 62, 59, and 51 through the playoffs, they're at 24 right now. How about the freshman from three once more? Oh, just missing. They started out this half with 3 3-pointers to key their run. Ghaffari, great look coast to coast.
Ghaffari's not afraid to take 4 defenders to the hoop. She did it that time, very focused on finishing.
She was. I mean, she was looking that way the entire length of the floor. And after a turnover, they're going to get the ball back here, down by 13.
And here's a player that needs to get hot. That's Ashleen Arias, who just checked into the game. She averages better than 10 points per game, has yet to find her stride in this game.
And another great pass, this time from Ghaffari underneath. Monique Bowerman and Ashleen Arias, who you're just talking about, gets on the board. And what a whistle and a foul. That's Mays again. So Arias immediately upon entering the contest, immediately with a bucket.
When you need the offense, the good players step up, and Arias is one of them. Here's somebody that averages close to 11 points per game. She's another option for Hilltop. If she can get hot, close some of that gap until they can bring Brittany Ghaffari off the bench.
So 3:55 left to go here in the third quarter of play. Mira Mesa with a great run to start things around the arc. They have the advantage. First free throw no good, coming back out of the timeout. 39-28 in favor of Mira Mesa. This is Clarissa Tate, who has been getting to the line all morning long. No good, but a traveling violation off a great rebound inside, and so to Hilltop basketball.
See how aggressive Mira Mesa, especially Drew Mendoza, is to the basketball. Just 5'5", but still out rebounding some of these Hilltop players.
Whistle, and we're going to get a foul called against the Marauders. Using the sideline, and now a foul is going to be called that brings Clarissa Tate to the bench. She's limping a little bit as she comes off. She had a great contest. What a day for her in this championship game. And Hilltop will have it.
Mira Mesa showing some zone, just kind of holding tight, forcing Hilltop to pull the trigger outside.
Finally break inside. Ghaffari, nice looking shot, but she can't get it to fall. Down the floor, inside, look at the steal.
Ghaffari single-handedly working both ends of the floor.
Oh, she's been doing it all quarter long, and this time she gets to the free throw line. Incredibly effective.
Look, she's creating, she's penetrating, she's rebounding offensively, defensively. She's running the break, and she is just trying to hold it until her sister can come in off the bench and give her some supporting cast. But again, we saw glimpses of, we saw Ashleen Arias start to get hot. That was good. We're seeing some, Anissa Tolber kind of step up a little bit. That helps. So Ray Jindra, who said, look, we're in trouble, but we're not out of it. It's Brianna Ghaffari who's keeping Hilltop in this game right now.
It's 1 of 2. The lead is 10 for Mira Mesa. The Marauders with those 3 quick threes to begin the half. And now another steal. Who else? Ghaffari, coast to coast. Layup not there, but the second effort is there for Arias. And we're in single digits. Ball out of bounds. Who's it going to go to? It stays with Mira Mesa.
So now some of that aggressive play for Hilltop causing Mira Mesa into miscues and to hurry up. Their best, Mira Mesa, when they're spreading out that floor, number of touches, good passing, and then find the seam.
And when they spread you out, they can hit the three, so that's even more dangerous. Norris inside, gets her own rebound, fighting up, and it goes out of bounds again to Mira Mesa. Bella Norris, just a freshman. Her own rebound kept things alive, and a timeout's going to be called by Lonnie Jones of the Marauders.
I am not sure that Hilltop has the people to stop Norris. She is so powerful in the paint. She's just, once she starts finishing, look out.
So good on the glass on both ends of the floor. Then offensively, a force with an 8-point lead, and Mira Mesa will still have the ball with 2:36 coming out of this Lonnie Jones timeout.
It's such an exciting time of year. You see so many coaches in the stands starting to recruit, kind of looking at who's that next best prospect to come out of the high schools of San Diego. You know, people are going already committing. We see Utah, UNLV, of course USD, San Diego State. But we've got a couple players coming up later today. One's already committed to Washington on the guys' side. Somebody's committed to UCLA. This is a big-time basketball right in our own backyard of San Diego. Some of the best talent in the nation.
Now we're going to see La Jolla Country Day in the girls' open division with Milani Henson, who's going to play for the Huskies. And then on the boys' side of the open division, TJ Leaf with a chance to join his brother atop the all-time scoring list in San Diego, going to UCLA. Mira Mesa. Norris from outside this time, her second three-point bucket.
Really like Bella Norris's game. A total player. She can handle the basketball. She can work in the paint. She can run the floor.
And Cook pulling down a strong rebound inside. Traveling violation here, but how about the game of Norris? So good, both ends of the floor.
I would keep getting her the basketball. I think she can just power inside, has that muscle. If she gets into trouble, quick dish offside, but now you start her seeing to get more confidence when she's triple teamed underneath and just finish. And as you mentioned, Jack, so young, but yet playing like a veteran here in the championship.
Mira Mesa going for the first title in school history in basketball, boys or girls. They get a foul, and it's going to send Brianna Gaffari to the free throw line for a pair.
I was talking to Ray Gindra of how Brittany and Brianna get along, because they're sisters, and you see a lot of sisters playing in high school basketball. He said, oh no, they fight all the time. They're always telling the other one what to do. One is directing one where to play, the other is telling the other how to play. And he said, but it's good because they keep each other honest, and at the end of the day, they really want each other to be better players.
Both free throws made here, and they're just 1 year apart, so close, the siblings. And for Brittany, she'll be graduating this year. Brianna will be taking over for Hilltop next year. They're going to get the ball back, and we're going to see them on the court at the same time here in a few moments, whether it be in the fourth quarter or here at the end of the third. Brittany's going to come back on here out of that foul trouble.
And meanwhile, Hilltop just kind of keeping it close, trying to break this zone from Mira Mesa.
Saved. Oh, and Mira Mesa with another steal. 9-point contest. Oh, and another one. Back the other way they go. Oh, a traveling violation, a dribbling turnover. Sends it back to Mira Mesa. And a great chance for a fast break opportunity.
And here's a team in Hilltop that won 17 in a row coming into this game. Had been down in some of those games, but managed to come back. They're really trying to cling on here and get in this upbeat tempo track meet with Mira Mesa, and have done okay.
How about that catch and shoot from Amanda Cook, the sophomore, for Mira Mesa.
Another three-point shooter for Mira Mesa, and you love to see all of those weapons for the Marauders.
Great passing inside for Hilltop, and Cook grabs the rebound.
And now Mira Mesa stepped up working on the defensive end of the glass, taking ownership.
They've done that this entire game. You're right, they've ratcheted up that intensity once more. When they do that, watch out. Just a few seconds left in our third quarter of play. Long three, and Norris another rebound. Mira Mesa has used the three-point bucket this entire quarter. They've been so good. How about Norris? One more on the way, and it won't fall, but she's had plenty to talk about here for our first 3 quarters of basketball. They are in the books, just 8 minutes left to go. Division III championship with our top 2 seeds. It's been beyond the arc where the work is done for Mira Mesa. Here in the beginning of the second half, Cook, one more 3 on the way. How they start is how they finish here in D3. And Mira Mesa with a lot to cheer about here as they go for their first section title in basketball. 45-33, the Marauders on top as we begin quarter number 4. Division III championship.
You break this game down to quarters, and I think that was the best quarter performance for Mira Mesa, working all facets of the game.
Hilltop not going anywhere just yet. A 3-point play on the way for Brianna Gaffari. Her sister, the leading scorer for this team, is back in. And Brianna goes coast to coast.
So Ray Gindra decided to leave Brittany on the bench throughout the entire third quarter. He was going to bring her in late in the game. Now he says, okay, fourth quarter, it's time. It's time to make a difference. The question is, Jack, does Mira Mesa go right at her?
She's playing with 4 personal fouls. Her sister has carried the load for Hilltop, making it a single-digit game into the fourth quarter of play. 45-36. Norris, as you said, Mira Mesa perhaps played their best quarter in the third. That's scary to think about for Mira Mesa. And now a steal again. Hilltop. And they forced the foul. Arias. Ashleen Arias, the junior, forcing the foul. Mira Mesa had kept it alive for a second.
And really the save, a little flash and dash overdrive here by Mira Mesa. And Hilltop gets the basketball, but you love the effort. Clarissa Tate's been all about effort this game and energy.
And that's already 3 fouls drawn by Hilltop in this fourth quarter of play. Gaffari will have a pair at the free throw line. Brianna has been so good here in this championship.
She is the heart and soul of Hilltop in this game. She has been the one who is working the glass. She's the one who's bringing the basketball up, who's taking on 3 defenders, going to the line, and also the emotional leader. But if you have that much of a presence, the key to being a good teammate is getting your other teammates involved. And now she's got to get her sister back involved in this game. And of course, the third scorer on this team. Still waiting to see Aislinn Arias kind of get hot.
Mira Mesa. Great drive inside, but there's the rebound from Brittany Gaffari. They've been missing that. She was averaging 10 boards a contest with all that foul trouble. She hadn't played since early in the second quarter. Now in the corner, 3 on the way, up, no good.
Brittany Gaffari being a lot more careful at both ends of the floor. She stepped off the defender last time down. Here, she stepped off the rebound, not wanting to draw that foul. And look, didn't even challenge at that point, Norris. Doesn't want to pick up that final foul.
Yeah, in a different scenario, she would have come over and helped defense. Instead, playing with 4 fouls. Different look defensively. That's what the game changes for you. This would be a 3. And so, Gaffari one more try, out of bounds.
At some point, you've got to say, okay, Brittany, you've got to get in the flow and go at it. And when is that button? Okay, it's a 10-point game. She's still playing very cautious, which I think is smart basketball at this point.
There was a great example of exactly what you're talking about. Inside, Brianna with the block, and she's the one called for the foul. So that'll be her fourth foul. Free throw up and good for Mira Mesa. So now both of the Ghaffari sisters with 4 personals.
Yeah, really got to wonder how that's going to influence their defensive pressure, and can you take advantage of that if you're Mira Mesa?
Norris so good on the glass. Ghaffari will track it down. This will be a 3. Hilltop still alive.
Mira Mesa really packing in that zone, just daring Hilltop to try and shoot over him.
Good fadeaway look from Ghaffari, her first shot attempt since early in the game, and they maintain possession out of bounds. So both the Ghaffari sisters, the 2 leading scorers, 2 leading rebounders on this team, playing with 4 personal fouls. Now quick shot blocked away. And this is again going to stay with Hilltop.
Getting a couple breaks right now. You've got to say, can we take advantage of these roles? Both of these teams, you're starting to see them take a little bit more time, really a little bit winded right now.
Hard to blame them. I mean, they've been up and down the floor. I'm winded right now. Ghaffari for 3, straight away. Oh, in and out. Having a huge buckets. Again, it's Norris. Mira Mesa content to take some time off the clock now. We go under 5 to play. Ball out of bounds to the Marauders.
Ashleen Arias really trying to contest, and then Mira Mesa's got some size just passing over her. Look, they've got 2 big girls in that backcourt. 1, 2.
Norris straight to the hoop. The underhand layup.
I think she can do that all day.
What a championship she has had for Mira Mesa. Oh, and Ghaffari on the run.
In that open floor, just a dribble drive, penetrate. She's got such confidence off the dribble.
Mira Mesa smart to take some time here. Wait. Slow things down. How about a 3 on the way from Cook? Rebound to Ghaffari.
That's where you want Brittany Ghaffari, right there under the blocks. Use that height, use that body.
Baseline jumper, there's Arias. Ashleen Arias, good to see her back in there, the junior for Hilltop. Norris for 3. One more time, up and good.
Gamer right there, coming in with her A game in the championship, flawless from all ends of the court.
Jack Cronin, Tracy Warren right back with you now. Obviously at the high school level, sometimes things happen. That time Mira Mesa broke the huddle and had 6 players on the floor, so we've got some extra foul shots for Hilltop. And it's going to be Brittany Ghaffari who takes at the other end of the floor.
You're giving Hilltop the chance to stay in, and you know when you're Lonnie Jones, you don't like to see these momentum changes, especially when you just had it on the backs of Bellinaris. But I got to give Hilltop credit. Every opportunity they can, they are converting. And it has been the woman who's about to receive this basketball, Brianna Ghaffari, who has been at the helm.
20 points for the junior. leading her Hilltop Lancers. And a turnover out of bounds. It goes again to that Mira Mesa defense.
2-3 zone defense by Mira Mesa, just collapsing on the pass. There was no ability to penetrate by Brittany Ghaffari on the baseline because Mira Mesa just closed it down. Now, do you slow it down? Why risk another turnover and giving the ball to Hilltop when you can just take as much time off the clock?
53-45. And you got Norris inside as well. Now there is a turnover, but they took plenty of time off the clock there. Only 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Just over 2 minutes in an 8-point game.
Yeah, 8-point game. So if you are Hilltop, you know you've got a quick hit here.
And they've got a timeout before they inbounded the basketball. A timeout called by Ray Gindra. It's been 41 years for Hilltop, for the Lancers, since the 1975 Class 2A title. And Coach Gindra's been around for 51 years in the coaching circuit, 10 with Hilltop, and they've done a wonderful job. He said to manage some foul trouble here today. They're back within 8 points.
And you know, you ask him almost after every game, do you realize you've accomplished this? And he's almost speechless because he is amazed at how this team can come together, which many would say is undersized and a scrappy team, yet make its way to this championship game and still be within single digits.
A reminder, the state basketball championships are right here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet, March 24th and 26th, live on TWC from the Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento. Right back out of the timeouts, and a couple of foul shots are coming here, so putting points on the board with no time coming off is a huge advantage right now for Hilltop.
Sister-to-sister connection. It was a quick hit. Brianna to Brittany Ghaffari, the two best free throw shooters. Why not give them as many touches and see if they can't work on this lead?
First one no good, but one more is coming for Brittany, who's had a brilliant senior season, averaging 14 and 10 on the year. Up and good. This is a 7-point contest.
A little full court pressure still, limited though by Hilltop as they sense Mira Mesa content just to take time off the clock in that backcourt.
Remember, in girls basketball, there's no 10-second violation. There is a backcourt violation if that does happen, but another steal. Arias down the floor, no good, but right there for the rebound, Ghaffari. One more time, on the third effort it falls, and now this is a 5-point game. A minute 20 left to go. 5-point contest. Oh, and the ball stripped away. It goes out of bounds to Mira Mesa. So just a 5-point contest.
Well, look at this poise, the steal and then the penetration. You get Brittany Ghaffari to get 3 opportunities here. Check that, 2 opportunities to finish and cutting that lead.
Rebound, Norris. She's been so good. Whistle and a foul is going to be called. And let's see who that is against. It looks like it's going to be on Ghaffari. Indeed, and she will have fouled out of this game after a wonderful season. 14 and 10 for her. Just a great year for Hilltop, and she was the one who brought them back within 5 points there. That last bucket for the Hilltop Lancers. Being consoled right now by her sister. Had collided with Bella Norris, in fact, that created the foul. So she's going to get a little bit of attention on the near sideline after colliding with Norris. 2 great post players inside for Hilltop and for Mira Mesa.
Yeah, and her sister's pointing to her head. So with the emphasis with concussions these days, you want to be very mindful about rushing to get back up off the seat and get back to the bench. So they're taking some extra time here to really look at Brittany Ghaffari with her sister in tow, kind of minding her sister. And finally they get a certified athletic trainer to come out and take a look at Brittany. But I can tell you what a tremendous performance it's been by the Ghaffari sisters to keep Hilltop in this game. For many people thought this is a David and Goliath. Mira Mesa is going to run away with this. They've got such athleticism. Their defense is phenomenal, and they're so well coached by a veteran in Lonnie Jones that this is going to just be a runaway train. Well, it's been anything but.
Yeah, you know, the way Mira Mesa started both the first half and the second half, you thought they would run away by double digits, and maybe 20. I mean, it was that much of a great defensive start, and yet Hilltop is hung right there. It's only a 5-point game right now, and the Ghaffari sisters have really played so well, even with the foul trouble. And a round of applause happening here at the Jenny Craig Pavilion. A great crowd on hand here. This is the first of our 5 games, remember, of Championship Saturday in the CIF San Diego section from the University of San Diego, home of the Toreros. And this is our first of 5, a morning contest in Division III. And as Brittany Ghaffari is helped off after finishing her great season in the section title game.
Well, you look at Hilltop, 7 different scorers coming in the scoring column when they came into this game with really 3 go-tos, and it's something Ray Gindra said they had to do is get point production from all 3. Mira Mesa's got so many weapons. They've got 3-point shooters, they've got people working the blocks, they've got ball handlers, they've got talent at all 5 spots.
And now, less than a minute to play in this Division III championship. Mira Mesa on top by 5. Can they finish things off and win the first title in school history? Bella Norris. A wind-up shot, no good. Rebound inside. Second, third effort for Mira Mesa. And a battle right back for it. And a shot clock violation.
Well, some great defense by Hilltop right there. And what Lonnie Jones is saying, look, the ball hit the rim. We should have reset that shot clock.
I think you're right. I think it did hit the rim. Our officials are going to check. It's a 5-point game. Remember, we've only got 39 seconds left here.
And this possession, very important. If it is a shot clock violation, Hilltop wants that ball. They've got a couple 3-point shooters. Of course, Brianna Ghaffari, one of them. Ashleen Arias, another. Why not?
Now they're going to talk things over. Lonnie Jones asking for all 3 officials to get together to see whether or not it was a shot clock violation. And they'll keep it as the violation. The turnover, it goes to Hilltop in a 5-point game.
What they're saying, I believe, is it didn't hit the rim, it hit the backboard.
Ah, okay.
No shot clock reset, and so see if Hilltop can get a quick hit here. They make Mira Mesa quick substitution to guard the ball, and they're going to stay on Brianna Ghaffari so she can't get that shot off.
Remember, Brittany Ghaffari is fouled out of this contest. Inside, look at a steal. Mira Mesa takes it away. Again, the great defense on display, and a foul here with 24.9 seconds.
Boy, great defensive assignment. Lonnie Jones put Sarah Rose Gomez on Brianna Ghaffari. Great speedster, just kind of a gnat in Ghaffari's face. She couldn't even get the basketball to get a shot off. Gomez will come off now, doing her deed defensively, and now they're going to try and play keep away from Hilltop again.
Hilltop had fouls to give, and so Mira Mesa continues to have the basketball. We got another foul here. This one's going to be on Drew Mendoza with 22.5 seconds left to go, and now it is Mendoza who goes to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 22.5 left to go. Still just a 5-point game here. Big free throws for Mendoza, the junior in the starting role. Up and no good. But who else but Norris putting it up and in. Bella Norris, Mira Mesa's star here today. Ghaffari, no good. Norris appropriately with the final bucket for Mira Mesa. We have a quick whistle. 6.2 seconds left to go. 55-48. And Mira Mesa is going to take home their first section championship.
Talented team, has so many weapons. Bella Norris came to play in this championship and was just steady Eddie as a freshman under Lonnie Jones. The swagger he brought in just kind of translated to his freshmen, translated to his talented team, and they will be moving on. One
more free throw coming for Drew Mendoza. Has played so well in this game for Mira Mesa. They all have. Mendoza, a great game. Clarissa Tate, a wonderful performance. Amanda Cook, obviously the freshman, Hofdalen, and of course, Bella Norris. Just a great performance. Final seconds. As they tick away, Mira Mesa, for the first time in school history, a San Diego section championship. The D3 title goes to the Marauders.
So much athleticism, so much talent. The track work paid off because this was a high-powered track meet, and they were able to finish, and what a great win by Mira Mesa.
Lonnie Jones and the Mira Mesa Marauders celebrating the first section championship, boys or girls, in school history. That's going to do it for our coverage of the D3 championship, but 4 more title games on tap for you here on this championship Saturday. We're on Time Warner Cable. For Tracy Warren, our producer Ned Augustenborg, and a great Time Warner Cable crew. Jack Cronin signing off for now as the Mira Mesa Marauders win it 56-48. Division III championship in the books, the first in school history for the Marauders.